If you've dealt with depression, as many of us have, you've probably wondered, how long am I going to be feeling like I'm not protected? How long am I going to wake up with this constant sense of sadness? And is there going to be any relief from what I've been hiding from my family and friends? Interestingly, people who deal with depression are often some of the most gifted people in our communities. They are often very smart, incredibly creative, and socially very likable. Winston Churchill was one of these people. He once said, "For 2 or 3 years, the light faded from the picture. I sat in the House of Commons, but black depression settled on me." He had thoughts of suicide, saying, "I don't like standing near the edge of a platform when an express train is passing through." But with your depression, how you see yourself and how others see you are probably two very different stories. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose how depression can be lifted in just under 2 weeks. And I'm going to teach you how to do this naturally. Now, I need you to pay attention for the next few minutes. This video contains one specific, somewhat strange discovery about your depression that, after hearing it, could relieve you of the depression that you've been carrying way too long. My name's Ryan. I live in Northern California. This is me with my mountain bike. I get out there about 5 days a week. I'm no different than most of you. I'm just an average guy. This is my sister and her husband. They are amazing people, helping rescue women out of prostitution and get their lives back together. This is me when I worked for a hospice organization as a chaplain. The people I worked with and had an opportunity to serve were absolutely amazing. Here's a picture of me in April on a mission trip with another great group of people. And this is a picture of me teaching as a training consultant to organizations on the topic of emotional intelligence. My other sister got me the job because it allowed me to move out to California with a small group of my friends. Here they are. I taught on the topic of emotional intelligence in the workplace somewhere in the range of 50 to 75 times to companies on the West Coast. It was actually during this time period that, after teaching on emotional intelligence, where I made this remarkable discovery that I'm going to be sharing with you today. I really didn't think I'd write on the subject of depression. A very good friend of mine who is uber successful at internet marketing asked me to give it a shot because of the excellent feedback that I've been given for the seminars that I taught here on the West Coast. Ironically, he actually didn't know I had a history of depression when he asked. But when I was 26 years old, I went through a depression that I don't like to mention to people. It was such a deep depression that I didn't know how someone would consider taking their own life, but I do now. I remember when the pain of my own depression was so intense that a small group of my friends would actually schedule to come to my room to check up on me out of deep concern. It felt like I was experiencing the loss of my closest relationships. I wouldn't wish what I went through on anybody. It was hell. It was the closest thing that I've experienced to hell. So, I started studying on depression and studying some more. And I discovered that so many people seeking to get rid of their depression naturally weren't satisfied with merely learning how to cope with it. Because that's what these techniques do at best, is teach you how to distract and cope. And if distracting and coping wasn't working, then people resort to pills. In my experience, most people want life. They want to thrive, not just survive. And to be honest, most of the depression material that I've studied, and I think I've studied the best, simply don't have any lasting effect. In the system that I've created, you'll learn about 2 studies conducted at Duke and Harvard which reveal how ineffective most antidepressants really are. In fact, these studies are the real reason why natural ways of overcoming depression have been so popular in the last 6 years. In my quest, I've sought to answer this very basic question. Are there ways to naturally fight depression that have long-term healthy effects? Are there ways to uproot these deep causes to depression and help people to thrive? And if so, is it possible to receive the same results that I experienced after my period of torment? Well, I have some news for you today that will bring you relief. You absolutely can. And I'm about to expose to you this amazing discovery that for some have revolutionized their lives. In fact, as you will see in a few moments, most people who thrive in life have had this amazing discovery happen to them. I'm about to get a little technical for a minute and talk about a little-known psychological idea called cognitive dissonance. So hang with me. The term cognitive dissonance emerged when a group of sociologists in the 1950s studied a small UFO cult located near Chicago, who gathered around the idea of an apocalyptic UFO event that would end the world. There was a failed prophecy among this cult that UFOs would invade the Earth and that this small group of people were going to be the only survivors. These three sociologists, Leon Festinger, Henry Riken, and Stanley Schachter, studied the reactions of the members of the group after the failed prophecy and found that membership actually grew after the failed prophecy. You would have thought that this small group would experience cognitive dissonance, which can be defined as the discomfort experienced when people simultaneously hold two or more conflicting beliefs or values. You would have thought that they would have recognized that this was a hoax or the idea of a troubled individual. Nope, they created another story, another prophecy of why the Earth UFO invasion failed. The sociologists were stunned. Now, what does this have to do with depression? If I were you, I would want to know what makes my system remarkable. And it has to do with these two very simple words: opinion and conviction. Most people think that depression is the loss of convictions. This isn't true. Depression is merely the absence of conviction. You see, there's a difference between a should and a must. Depressed people should all over themselves. They live in a constant state of guilt or grief. This is where you feel like you've lost someone dear to you, or you feel guilty for a wrong that you haven't even done. Everyone is looking for something to live for and something to die for. Everyone is looking for passion. Imagine a world of vibrant life giving passionate convictions that cause you to love what is lovely. We will remove should from your vocabulary. You will not say, I should have taken my kids on that little adventure last week. You will say, this dream of mine is what I must give to my kids. The confidence level you will experience will even surprise yourself. You were never meant to be bored. You were never meant to be depressed. You were meant to be alive. This system will help you live. Here's the problem. Rumination combined with cognitive dissonance create a deadly psychological disaster that deepen the hole to depression and lead a person away from a passionate, vibrant life. In other words, depressed people get caught in one thought, over and over with no end in sight. Meanwhile, chemicals like cortisol begin to paralyze inability for action. The amazing discovery is this: destroy and infuse. Destroy rumination caused by cognitive dissonance and infuse passionate life giving conviction. The cult members were merely looking for life. Their conviction was so strong that they wouldn't let the UFO hoax be brought to an end. Imagine a system that unlocked passionate, vibrant, life-giving convictions, not to some ridiculous hoax, but about issues that matter most in your life. We will destroy feeling unprotected and infuse deep security. Sadness will be destroyed and infused with contentment. Guilt destroyed and replaced with freedom. And you will move from a feeling of being unknown to being infused with a sense of knowing. Let me tell you about my groundbreaking system. My system is called Oppressing Depression, Fastest Way of Naturally Overcoming Depression. Here's what you get. Step 1. Cleanse the toxins in your brain and body. In order for passion to be released, we all know that the mind and the body are intricately connected. Some of you with undetected mild forms of depression have chemicals in your body working against you. In step 1, we get rid of the bad. Step 2. Introduce natural substances that will jolt these chemicals into proper order naturally. Stress causes cortisol to be released from the body, and this is a hormone that will break down muscle tissue and encourage belly fat storage. When cortisol is present, watch out. People get depressed and out of shape in a hurry. We have the natural answer to a decrease in high levels of cortisol. Step 3. Page 45 teaches you something that will likely shock you. Rumination caused by cognitive dissonance tailspin the depressed deeper into those dark holes of depression. Pages 44 through 46 will provide you with tools to destroy this ruminating enemy. Step 4. Infusion of vibrant, life-giving convictions. This is the real reason why gimmicks from other depression courses fail. Because they teach you how to survive and not thrive. One of my favorite movie lines is, we either get busy living or get busy dying. It's time to start living. Once you get through step 4, you'll thank me. This is the same stuff that I taught up and down the West Coast. So what I've designed is a system to enhance the health of the chemicals in the brain without the guesswork of antidepressants or coping mechanisms that just lead to survival. The key is to get the emotional energy in your brain as high octane as possible naturally before smashing rumination and infusing vibrant life-giving conviction. And after just a few weeks, you'll be on your way to overhauling your system, boosting your endorphins, and getting in what may be the healthiest emotional place you've ever been. The information I teach in Oppressing Depression isn't a bunch of unrealistic, theoretical, and unattainable ideas. It's written in a very straightforward, easy to understand, do this, don't do that format. Anyone can understand and follow. It's written for you. This is the same stuff that I've taught to many clients all over the West Coast. Let me quickly introduce you to some others that have followed the Oppressing Depression program with amazing results. This is Auburn from Roanoke, Virginia. After starting this program, I was shocked, but I couldn't figure out why, and then realized it was hope. I hadn't really felt hope in a while. Auburn. Or how about Emily from Mount Vernon, Ohio? As a counselor, I've been waiting for a book easy enough to understand so that my clients could put these principles into action. I currently have 2 clients using this material now. Emily. Or take Jessie from Melbourne, Australia. To be honest, I didn't know what I was looking for. In the book, Ryan made the comment, we all need something to live for and something to die for. And I realized that I decided to live for something. Jessie. Not everyone will actually follow the steps outlined in the program. And there are some people who need further psychological help. But what I can tell you is that I can absolutely guarantee 2 things. First, if you follow my program, you will see results. And for some of you, it will be better than what you've experienced in this presentation. Second, if you're not 110% happy with the results, I will refund your money and you can keep the course for free. With the full Oppressing Depression program, you'll get the exact system that myself and many of others have used. Charge the excitement in your brain and unlock passion. I'm so confident that it will work for you. If for any reason you decide the Oppressing Depression program isn't for you, just email me within 8 weeks and I'll give you a full refund. I'll let you keep everything for free. It's on me. No questions asked. My personal email address is ryan@oppressingdepression.com. Email me anytime. I check my email very often and I love meeting new people, so email me and ask whatever questions you might have. I usually respond within a couple hours at the most. So, what's the price of this incredibly unique system? Well, let's just say, I'm not going to coerce you into a program and incrementally charge your card like other programs you've heard of. Nor am I going to push you into a $2,900 weekend getaway. I say this because not only do these other programs charge you for your initial entry, but also charge piles for follow-up coaching. Ridiculous. Or worse yet, buy another doesn't really work survival depression course, spend too much money, and ultimately have less hope for the very real issues that you face every day. Or you could get the Oppressing Depression system for less than the price of a single coaching session, counseling session, or doctor's appointment to get a prescription. And I'm sure you already know what comes with that. And you'll get all this. 1. The entire Oppressing Depression system, teaching the truth behind fast, permanent pathway to freedom from depression. I'll also teach you about the specific discovery made over 50 years ago and how it can exponentially increase the rate at which your depression vanishes. Second, you'll get a play-by-play first 14 days manual mapping out exactly what those first 14 days are going to look like. Third, you'll get access to our custom natural chemical enhancements list. These are a list of foods, practices, and supplements to enhance the chemical levels naturally with health and precision. You'll immediately know what to put into your system to get maximum results. Fourth, you'll be given practical exercises to attack rumination with our Exchange the Lie resource. In this resource, you'll receive valuable lessons and insights on uprooting false understandings of self and learn how to replace them with incredible expectations. Fifth, a very practical goal-setting technique. In order for each of us to design a destination and pathway for our lives, it is important to have in your toolbox a goal-setting technique. Sixth, along with that teaching on goal setting, it would be helpful to think past your depression with our Discovering Your Dreams resource. So, I've provided for you a powerful strategy for uncovering your dreams. Seventh, how many of you know that the first 2 hours of the day are the most important 2 hours of the day? In this resource, we'll teach you how to work smarter, not harder. You will learn how to train your emotions to work for you and not against you from the very beginning of the day. And eighth, you'll get 1 full year of personal email coaching. Yes, that's right. I'll give you my personal address so you can contact me anytime. Ask me whatever you want. Listen, I'm here for you every single step of the way. I want you to prove to yourself that you can do this once and for all. So I'll be there for all the motivation you'll need. And by the way, you also get any lifetime updates for free. That's right. As our research discovers practices, insights, and innovation, we'll update the course and you'll get access to the updated copy absolutely free. Listen, you deserve the best, and that's what we're going to give you. Now, because this video isn't up here for long and you've managed to get here while it's still up, we've set up for you a special discount to get not some, but the full Oppressing Depression program. The regular price and the price that organizations have paid is higher than most trainers. And the reason is because I've revealed things that nobody else has revealed. The price that organizations and companies have paid to learn these concepts taught in the full Oppressing Depression course are packages as high as $3,800. Now, here's where you benefit, since the Oppressing Depression program is instantly downloadable. Look, I don't have to pay my traveling costs and paperwork material. I don't have to pay my employees to schedule appointments for me. I didn't meet with you face to face, and I don't have to ship it to you. Basically, that means I can reduce my overhead fees and savings onto you, because I don't have to pay out as much. Now, I told you earlier, I'm going to make this affordable to everyone. I'm not going to charge anywhere near $3,800 for this package. I'm not going to charge $999. I'm not going to charge $499. Heck, I'm not even going to charge $149 that some doctors charge for appointments. The price of the full Oppressing Depression course is yours for a one-time payment of $97, which is almost 95% off the original price of $3,800 that I've charged for training. But I want to make this better for you. You've shown me that you are committed to a lifestyle free of depression, or you wouldn't have listened to this entire video. If you order right now, bonus number 1, I want to give you an additional teaching on the number 1 reason for burnout in the workplace. Most people assume that burnout comes from overwork. Wrong. It comes from emotional triangulation or getting stuck in other people's problems. In this additional teaching, we'll give you practical techniques to avoid people who want to relationally manipulate you and to make sure that you have absolutely no excuse for not taking control of your life's destination with the Oppressing Depression system. I'm going to lower the price even more and give you the entire Oppressing Depression system, the bonuses, and the additional teachings for just $47. Not the already huge 90% off discounted price of $97. You can get everything for just $47. But you must order through this video by clicking the Add to Cart button below right now. You've learned about this new incredible dynamic method of feeling better starting in just under 2 weeks. You've seen just how much is included in the Oppressing Depression package, and to what lengths I'll go to help you finally make the change you've always wanted to make. You have an incredible money-back guarantee where you can get a refund for any reason at all and keep everything for free. And you've even gotten an enormous discount off the regular price of the program from $3,800 to only $47. Okay, and one last thing I forgot to mention. I've just created one more special resource to gain some emotional stability while on vacation. Bonus number 2. This is a 72-hour plan-to-the-detail retreat that you can take with 5 of your best friends. This is an hour-by-hour guided retreat to release and empower your emotional stability as a team or in any close relationship. Download that new life below. As you consider putting the system to work for you, imagine how great you will soon feel, how healthy and alive you will be. Remember, this is the one plan I personally guarantee will make immediate changes in the way you approach your family, work, and most intimate of relationships. And don't forget how time-sensitive this offer is. If you act real fast, you get the groundbreaking Oppressing Depression system, a whole year of product updates, a year of coaching, the additional number 1 reason for the burnout in the workplace, and the 72-hour retreat we created just for you. You're getting all of this for this low price and my amazing money-back guarantee. The entire Oppressing Depression system plus 2 bonuses. Click the button below now. I truly hope that this is where you'll decide things will change. We've laid out the exact roadmap for you to become depression-free. Now, it's up to you. I mean it when I say I can't wait to meet you and look forward to helping you completely change your life in the days to come. We hope to talk to you soon. So, make it a great day. Click the Add to Cart button below to order right now.